ESPN's Freddie Coleman of the Freddie Coleman Show. You hear him tonight after Mets-Dodgers right here on 104.5 The Team. Freddie, MLB is not hearing Chase Utley's appeal until Monday. Have they botched this up?
You know, it's been a combination of so many things leading to them botching this up. I don't think they botched it up from an appeal standpoint or from a suspension standpoint. But his play was not a dirty play, guys. Here's why I say that. We've seen this play countless times, not just from Chase Utley, but from other ball players trying to break up a double play. But yet Major League Baseball for centuries didn't enforce the rule that you couldn't do that. It was accepted as good, hard, clean baseball. So if Miguel Tejada hadn't gotten injured, if he hadn't gotten his leg broken, we're not having a conversation about Chase Utley being suspended or Major League Baseball botching it up when it comes to the suspension and the appeal. So I'm not surprised that they won't hear it until Monday because of your Chase Utley. You want to make sure that you're able to be out there for your team doing a play, being suspended for a play that you've always done, and nobody even thought anything twice about it. But yet, because a player got injured and it was accepted, that's why we've had the uproar concerning Chase Utley either for him or against him.
Freddie, tonight, Steven Matz takes the mound for the Mets, Clayton Kershaw for the Dodgers. Do we see the Clayton Kershaw of the regular season or the postseason tonight? Do the Mets get this thing done?
You know, you see the Clayton Kershaw, a guy that's 0-3 with a 9.20 ERA in elimination games, and the Mets will see them in the National League Championship Series. I still don't know what Clayton Kershaw we're going to see, especially on 3 days rest, number one. And number two, you know he is heard, and he knows exactly what has gone on, and people are talking about it, and that he's not a money pitcher in the postseason. They're calling him the Peyton Manning of Major League Baseball when it comes to the postseason, great in the regular season, but falling short when the playoffs roll around. So to be honest with you, I don't know what kind of Clayton Kershaw we're going to see. He wasn't bad in game one. It's just when he gave him a couple of walks and Don Mattingly came and got him, then David Wright had that key hit that gave the Mets a 3-0 lead. He has to be dominant from the jump. And if he's not dominant from the jump, those questions are only going to get longer and more in tune against him. And those whispers about his ability in the postseason will only get louder.
Freddie Coleman of the Freddie Coleman Show, heard 11-2 weeknight. You'll hear him tonight after Mets-Dodgers. Freddie, with the way that we've seen the Mets and how they're constructed in the postseason, how far can they go?
They can go a long way. I mean, it won't be easy if they get past the Dodgers, whoever they play in the National League Championship Series, whether it's the St. Louis Cardinals, a team that won 100 games, or the Chicago Cubs, a team that won 97 games, and many people feel right now may be the best team in baseball. But if you have pitching, and you have pitching that can keep you in the game and dominate the opposition, you're going to get a lot of chances to win the ball game late. And we saw last night, they were down 3-0. Matt Harvey did not have a good second inning, and then boom, 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 it's 4-3, and you could really tell that he fed off that energy. And I know their offense feeds off the fact that that pitching is going to be there. But I think their pitching really gets a jolt when the offense really puts a charge into the other team. So I think they have the stones to not only win the National League, but to go all the way. But the playoffs are so wide open, it wouldn't surprise me whoever would win the World Series from the American League or the National League.
All right, Freddie, when you look at the decision last night to put David Price in for the Blue Jays, you know, ruling him out for Game 5, can you defend that? That makes no sense to me.
Well, I understand that point, but here's why it made sense to me. You have to win an elimination game if you're Toronto, and if they don't win that game, they're done. There's no way that they're going to have that momentum to come back. So if you're the Toronto Blue Jays, that was an elimination game. You didn't know how long that Ari Dickey was going to last. He started to really get worn down a little bit, or started to leave his pitches too much up in his zone. You bring in your David Price guy because he wasn't going to pitch Game 5 anyway as far as you're concerned because you're going to have him in relief. You worry about winning an elimination game. If you're able to do that, you deal with the Game 5 because now you have 2 days to rest him. He can come out of the bullpen if things get hairy, if things get tight, and then you deal with that where you have everybody ready and everybody available. So I know up 7-1, if you're Toronto and you have a chance to win an elimination game and push through a Game 5, you don't leave anything to chance. When he got out there, we saw how well he pitched for the Toronto Blue Jays. So I applauded the decision when I saw that John Gibbons was going to do that because I clearly understood it's all about winning now and keeping our season alive. And we're able to do that and get back in front of our home crowd. Then we'll take our chances and still have David Price ready for relief if we're going to need him in that pivotal Game 5.
So it's not at all as a signal or a sign that they don't want David Price for the future?
Oh, no. I mean, David Price was ready to go. He even said, whatever you want me to do, Manager Gibbons, I'm ready to be all in because he's heard the whispers. He has not pitched well as a starting pitcher in the playoffs when he was with Tampa Bay, and he did not have a good Game 1 against the Texas Rangers. I think him going out there and pitching the way that he did in that elimination game yesterday, that gives him a lot of confidence to say, you know what, I got to trust my stuff a little bit more and believe that I'll be able to get it done when we get into the American League Championship Series. If I had a hand in that, then I'll be ready to go as a starting pitcher when that happens.
Freddie Coleman of the Freddie Coleman Show right here on 104.5 The Team ESPN Radio. Freddie, the Giants have won 3 in a row, including a gutsy fourth-quarter comeback. Do you believe in the New York Giants?
I believed in them 2 weeks ago, guys, because I said it. I said I think this should be the favorites in the division because they're the only team in that division mentally and physically that is healthier than any other team. The Dallas Cowboys are unhealthy, and they don't trust Brandon Whedon. He has not given them any reason to trust them. The Philadelphia Eagles, they're a wild card. You don't know what they're going to look like from week to week. The Washington Redskins, I still don't believe in them. The defense has been better, but you're going to see good and bad Kirk Cousins, although the interception in overtime was not his fault. The receiver slipped down, and then Atlanta takes the interception and goes the other way. But I've also seen this league figure him out when they get enough tape on him, and then he reverts to being a journeyman quarterback that I think he's going to be. So it doesn't surprise me that the Giants are in first place right now with a 3-2 record. Eli Manning has been terrific all season long, even without having Victor Cruz. Other guys have stepped up, whether it's been Larry Donnell, the tight end, or Ruben Randle, the wide receiver, Andre Williams and Rashard Jennings running the football, and the defense has done just enough to keep them in games. So it would not surprise me with the way the division is set up now. The Giants want to win this division. 8 or 9 games will win the NFC East. You know, if you win 10 or 11 games, you're running away and hiding from anybody else in that division. And right now, they're the only team, in my opinion, that's capable of doing that because of the way they played offensively, and their defense has done just enough to not lose so many ball games.
Freddie, how crazy is it that Victor Cruz can't get on the field? You've got poor Fells fighting for his life and his foot, JPP in the fireworks incident, and they're the healthiest team in their division.
I think a lot of credit has to go to not only the players, but Tom Coughlin has done a good job managing this team. I mean, granted, he's never going to be satisfied. That's just his personality. But he didn't have this team panic when they were down 0-2 to start the season because there was panic all over the place in New York City and with Giants fans. And he said, you know what, if we stop screwing ourselves and stop screwing up, we're going to be okay. He also knew what the division was going to look like and how the division was going to come back to his team and not run away from his team. And so now you have a team that in the position, they look at everybody and say, you know what, if we play Giants football the way we played all 5 games so far this season, there's not a team in this division that's going to beat us. And I think they're going to go into Philadelphia on Monday night and let people know we're not trusting anything and leaving anything to chance. We're going to go out there and show people that, yep, we're ready and ripe to take this division, and we're going to take out all comers who think that we're going to slip up and come back to everybody else in this division.
Freddie Coleman of the Freddie Coleman Show, weeknights 11 to 2 a.m. right here on 104.5 The Team ESPN Radio. You'll hear him tonight after Mets-Dodgers at Coleman ESPN on Twitter. Freddie, always good talking to you and catching up, man. Thanks for stopping by today.
You know how much I love my boys, man. You guys take care and be well.